Hey, what's up? I made this scrap yarn scrunchie bag, and I originally planned to make this for my mother because she asked me to make her a tote bag. However, after seaming it up and everything, I think it might be a little bit too short. So we are going to continue the scrap yarn stash buster series. I'm going to make another bag. I'm just gonna give her the option of which one she wants. I actually found a free bag pattern on Ravelry. It is the Maya bag by Fabian Chaberlin. I will go ahead and link it down below. It's beautiful, it's colorful, it's color work. I am very excited. It looks very fun. And I'm gonna go ahead and do something similar to what I did with the scrunchie bag, where I am going to let a dice pick my color combinations for me, because I really love how this bag turned out, and I really don't think I would have put all these different colors in this order. That was successful, so we're gonna go ahead and do that again. I've picked up 12 colors. I'm not totally sure if this is going to be enough yarn. I'll show you the yarn in just a second. Pattern just says many multicolor yarn scraps, and that's kind of what I grabbed. I just kind of grabbed what I had. It looks like there's about like 26 or so color change opportunities, so I picked 12 colors. We'll kind of just see where that gets us. Alright, so here are the colors that we're working with. I hope that you can see them okay. We're just gonna go boom, 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 boom. We have this burgundy color. No, this is not caked up, but we have this ivory color, a peachy color, orangey red color, this blue color, a sage green, forest green. I threw in this variegated green, purple, blue skein because why not? Then we have this aqua color, this lighter aqua color, this dusty lavender color, and this gold. I do actually have more of this gold too, so if we run out, I guess we can just swap. Same with the ivory. Capiche? Alright, so I was just kind of reading through the pattern, and it starts with the bottom of the bag, which they just say to use like a navy blue. So I'm just going to grab like a dark color, probably a navy blue, and just work the bottom of the bag like that before we get to like the colorful graph area, and then we'll start rolling for the colors. I will check back in. Not sure how long it's going to take me. I might lose daylight. We'll see. Should have probably read the pattern ahead of time. Okay, there it is. Okay, now it says to just work the graph. So, for the first part of the graph, we need 2 colors. Let's roll for what those 2 colors are gonna be. Alright, so for the first color, it's 4. So it's gonna be this orange color. And then for the second color, 12. Boink. I think that that is a fine choice. Why not? So just looking at the graph, it looks like we just need to repeat it twice. I don't think I've ever done crochet tapestry in the round before, so this will be interesting. I think it'll probably be easier, honestly, because it's all working on the front side, which to me is a little bit easier. Let's get started. Okay, what's it looking like? I think it looks pretty good, actually, but it is time to pick a new color. We are done with the orange, and we are going to pick its invert. I think I'm gonna do what I did for the other bag, and I'm going to not repeat colors until we've gone through all the colors. I don't know if that's the right choice or not. I'm just gonna play it by ear. For now, that's what we're gonna do, so let's see what our next color is gonna be. 6, which is this green. Wild transition. I don't know if that worked or not, but check that out. That looks pretty cool. Alright, now it is time to change color again. This might be the last one I do today because I'm sleepy. The next color is a line. 2, it's 1. This is how much of the yellow that we ended with. I do have more. It's covered in hair, oh my gosh. We will replenish that, but it does count towards my stash bust. So that's a success. This color is just a single row, no color work. Cute. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, this next motif is checkered, so we need 2 colors. So let's roll 2 colors. Color 1. 2. 8, which is the variegated yarn. Very interesting. All right, what's up? Check it out. This is what it looks like. I was a little nervous the variegated yarn like wasn't gonna look good, but I actually think it looks pretty cool. So that is what that's looking like. Also, I'm gonna repeat colors if we get a repeat color on a roll, because I was editing my scrunchie bag video and my partner was disappointed that I was re-rolling when I got repeat colors because he said that wasn't fate enough. Don't you love when you get spam texts and it's like so obviously spam, like it's from Little Romeo at outlook.sk. It's like, okay, Little Romeo, yeah, I'll pay that toll. Anyways, so we're gonna roll for the next part of the graph, which is just another straight line. Yeah, and if we get a repeat, I guess we'll just go with it. The only exception to that, I think, is if 2 colors are necessary for the pattern. You know, like here, if I would have gotten orange and orange, it would have just been a block of orange, so like that wouldn't work. He also said that I should have done, for my scrunchie bag, roll for how many stripes I do of that color, which I thought about too, but maybe next time. Yeah, let's roll to see what our next color is gonna be. That's a 5, which is this blue. All right, so it's just 1 stripe of blue. By the way, this is how much we have left of the variegated yarn, and this is how tangled our white yarn is. So that's a joy, that's a pleasure. I love it. There we go, easy peasy. All right, so the next part of the pattern is a repeat of 2 colors. So we need to roll for 2 colors. All right, we got a 9, which is, wait. This. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I was struggling so bad. This is 9. And then for our second color is 11, which is purple. I'm listening to scary stories as I'm working on this right now. I'm watching Loie Lane talk about like scary TikToks, and it's broad daylight and I'm like getting goosebumps. Just telling stories about mimics. If you know, you know. Spooky ooky. Oh my gosh, these videos are distracting me too much. Look what I did. So I'm supposed to be doing like 5, 5, 5. I just, bruh. What is that? Rip. Let's try that again. It's because I'm so scared. All right, here is our next pattern repeat finished, and now we have another line that goes through, and then this pattern repeats, and in the graph it's the same colors repeated. So I'm debating if I keep the same colors or I roll for new colors. Kind of tricky. I think I might roll for new colors though, so let's roll for the stripe first. 10, which is this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 new colors. Okay, interesting. We got 11 again. 3. I think that'll be interesting to have like one of the colors repeat and then not the other color. I think this blue is like maybe a little bit too bright for the bag. I think all the other colors I picked are kind of muted. The blue's a little in your face. All right, here is what that's looking like. Again, I'm still not sure how I feel about it. It's like we started out strong with the warm colors and we've like only had cool colors. Anyways, we have 2 stripes and then this pattern repeats again. Let's roll for our first stripe. All right, we got 10 again. I suppose the dice has spoken. All right, we have another stripe to roll for. That's it. Let's do it. 4. Should I try that transition again? Okay, so now we're at the part in the pattern where it kind of repeats this, so I'm gonna just roll 2 colors for the start of the pattern, and then I'm gonna probably go to work. So you'll see that when I finish it, but let's roll in the meantime. Okay, so first color. 1. Second color. Okay, so this is our second color, but I'm scared I'm not gonna have enough. I don't think I will actually have enough. Okay, 9. I just went to go look at this project again, and I put a 2 instead of 4, so we got a frog back an entire row again. And this is why you don't do color work first thing in the morning. We let ourselves wake up a little bit first because we struggle to count when our brain is rested, let alone sleepy brain. Sleepy brain does not know how to count. Just gonna go back a little bit. As we do. Have no fear, we fixed it. I know you were really worried. I know you were on the edge of your seat. What do we think? I think it's a little chaotic, but I do think it's cool. Definitely colorful, which is what you wanted. Okay, now it's time to pick the color that mirrors the maroon, similar to like here, so like the green. Let's roll for whatever that's gonna be. 2 white. Whoa, that's pretty tangled. We're gonna ignore that. That's what that's looking like. I noticed that we had like a lot of the warm colors down here, and it's just been kind of like light colors except for this maroon. I know I mentioned that earlier, but we haven't gotten the dark green yet, which is interesting. But I am about 75% of the way done with the graph. That's just my guesstimate, and I think I want it bigger. I almost want it like double the size. So I might kind of take things into my own hands a little bit and just do some like more of the repeats because I want to. Like I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do another line and then another checker pattern and then another line. I don't know, I'm just gonna add in the checker pattern for now. Maybe I'll do another one of these. Here's what the inside looks like. I should probably put a liner in it before I give it to my mom. Although the inside does look pretty cool. I gotta say. Let's roll for a stripe color right now. And it's getting kind of late, and I know that like I kind of am spreading this video out amongst a few days because it's such tight color work that my hand's getting tired pretty frequently, and I'm also like, as I've established many times, a slow crocheter, and I can only get so far in one sitting. Yeah, let's roll for a stripe. 11, just purple. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for the checkered pattern right away. So for the first checker, okay, we got 12, which is yellow. So yeah, I have more of this color, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. All right, and then for our second checker color, we got 6. So this green. I'm so happy that we got the yellow and the green again. I think the yellow is gonna kind of help pull in the bottom. I probably could have done a better job at like picking my colors to start with. I didn't really think about how I have a lot of cool toned colors. Well, actually I did kind of think about it. Well, when I first picked the colors, I thought that I was gonna do the thing that I did with my last bag where I just like didn't repeat colors until I used all the colors. That being said, I'm glad that I decided to just do whatever the dice tells me because I don't know, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. We'll see. Let me know what you think. It's a new day, obviously, but I added the checkered print and I think it was perfect. I feel like we're finally kind of balanced now. I feel like it really needed that. As far as the bag size is, I think that if we do maybe another section about this big, maybe we'll just repeat these two. And then there's still some more to the graph, so we can just do the end of the graph after that, but yeah. So next we need to do just a single line all the way around, so let's roll for whatever color that's gonna be. 3. All right, so we got pink. And with the power of editing, ta-da! All right, count how many outfit changes have been in this video. Here's where we're at. Next up, I think that I'm gonna repeat this pattern right here. So let's roll 2 colors to create this first set of shapes. My cat came in and kind of moved things around, so a little discombobulated. Okay, we got 5 blue. Oh, it's like kind of out of frame, but it's 1. Okay, let's get her done. The beginning of the row is the worst when I'm trying to crochet over like every single end. Yeah, this video has taken me like quite a few days to film, not sure if you can tell. I don't know, the other scrap bag went by really fast because it was just half double crochet for like the whole thing. Very easy color work, just switching colors between rows basically. But this is like, obviously there's more color work with it and it's single crochet, so that obviously takes longer too. It's a beautiful pattern, but it's a little bit, I don't want this to come across as like negative, but it's just a little bit like uninspiring to me compared to like tapestry crochet that I would normally make, because the pattern is just, like, I don't want to say it's boring, it's just repetitive. That's a good word for it. It's just kind of like a repetitive pattern, which nothing wrong with that. And like I said, I think it looks super good. It's just a combination of how long it takes and how kind of like tedious it is and kind of how repetitive it is, all combined is making this project take me a lot longer than I expected, but also than the other bag that I made in my previous video, which nothing wrong with things taking longer. I'm just more so pointing it out that this bag has taken me longer than the other bag. Maybe something to keep in mind, but I think that if you crochet or knit or participate in any sort of fiber arts, then you are well aware that it's a slow craft and we cannot be expecting projects to get done instantaneously. There's this kind of fabrication because of social media that projects are done really quickly, and there's this like need for instant gratification because of social media and because of like how things are presented to us online. A lot of times, even like in a process video, like something like this where I'm showing you the steps I'm taking to get to the final project, you're not seeing me like do every single stitch, you know? Crochet takes a long time, knitting takes even longer, and that's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay for things to take a long time. Things can take as long as they need to take, and it is what it is. It's about the journey, right? It's about the journey. Like I said, I was just more so pointing it out. Like me saying like, oh, count how many outfit changes in this video, because this has taken me multiple days and I can't finish half of the bag in one sitting like I did for the other bag. It just is not realistic for this project. I need breaks from it. So I will do 5 rows, which takes me quite a long time because there's so many color changes and I'm slow. Didn't know if you know that. So I can only do, yeah, like 4 or 5 rows in a sitting before I need a break. Either my hands start hurting, or I need like a mental refresh, or I'm tired of the project and I want to do something else with my life for a little bit. Yeah, I don't really know where this ramble came from. I'm kind of in a rambling mood. It's just more so that I didn't expect this bag to take as long as it's taking, which realistically, it's only been a week since I started this bag, but it's been like, I've been working on it pretty much every day. That's my little ramble for the day, and I will check back in when I have 2 rows done, and we need to pick a new color again. Yay! All right, let's roll for a color for the line. 9. Cute. Okay, now we need 2 more colors. Now we need 2 more colors for the next repeat. Oops. That went way off camera, but it was a 10. So this one, hopefully we have enough or we're gonna have to restart, but 4. It's still wild to me that we have not gotten the dark green yet. Ooh, I'm excited. I love blue and orange together. It's like one of my favorite combos. Ta-da! Okay, that's what that's looking like. And we did use up quite a bit of that blue yarn, the light blue, so this is how much we have left of that, which might be enough for like 1 more stripe, but probably not enough for like any of the bigger patterns. Okay, so here's the size. Like, I think it's a good size bag, but I don't think it's like a great size tote bag. We have 2 more stripes, this repeat, and then 6 more stripes. That much taller. I think that's gonna probably put us at just about how tall you would want a bag of this width to be. Is it gonna end up being a good size for my mother? To be determined, but I think it will be a good size bag. We are going to roll for our next stripe color. All right, we got 1. Here we go. All right, now let's roll for the second stripe. 12. Boop, 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 boop. Ding. All right, now let's roll for these 2. Doop, doop, doop. All right, so the first one will be 6. All right, hopefully we have enough. All right, and then the second one, 2, is this, which we have more of this if and when we run out. This is the Big Twist Living, and I know I have like 4 or 5 of these because I was gonna make a sweater, and I really don't want to dig into a new skein, but I have a feeling we're gonna need to. So this is gonna end up being like the bigger like diamond shape, so we're definitely gonna need more. I hope we have enough of this. This is just for like these colors. I have more of this too. This is actually also Big Twist Living in Sage. I was gonna make a sweater with both of these, so we have more of both of them. I just like didn't necessarily want to dig into a new skein, but we might have to. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on this. Probably won't finish it today. Just being transparent with that because I have things to do, as we were just discussing, and I will check back in whenever we're ready to make our next color change so you can see what it's looking like. Does that sound good? Okay, see you soon. Hey there, so put in some work and this is what the pattern is looking like. So now we need to roll for the equivalent of the white in this pattern. I officially ran out of the sage color, so I did have to dip into a brand new skein of that. So I am gonna call the sage color Exhausted, because I don't really want to use too much more of that other skein that I have, because I did have plans for it. I have like multiples of this yarn. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for the plans I have, but I would like to make like a sweater or something out of it. We'll see. And actually this white color too, but I did find another scrap ball of the white, so we're good with that. So now, yeah, we need to roll for the inverted triangle. Okie dokie, what are we gonna get? 8. I think that this would look awesome as the inverted triangle. However, we are not gonna have enough. Straight up, we're not gonna have enough. So kind of unfortunate, we're gonna have to roll again. The only other color I don't think we'll have enough of is this light blue color as well, but I think everything else we should be fine. All right, we got 9, so that is this blue. This blue is very intense. It's definitely the most vibrant color of the palette that I chose. So I'm glad that we're at least getting it enough that it feels balanced in a way. How are y'all feeling about this bag so far? I do feel like this is kind of like a strong color palette to start off with, and we did kind of balance it out a little bit here, but I think that we need like a stark yellow in our pattern up here somewhere, hopefully. Overall, I think it does look pretty cool. It's definitely one of those bags I feel like people would be like, where did you get that? Or they'd be like, that's the ugliest freaking bag I've ever seen. I don't know. I'm just a girl rolling a dice and crocheting in her room. So if you expected more from me, I'm sorry, I guess. But honestly, maybe that's on you. Oh. All right, that's what that's looking like. So next up in the pattern, we have 3 rows of solid color. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just roll all 3 at the same time. Let's get it. First row. That went out of frame, but we got 11, which is this purple. Oh, sprinkling. Come on. All right, second row. We got 1, which is the maroon. All right, and then the third row, we got 12, which is yellow. Okay. Ooh, check it out. We got a repeat. Okay, now we have a pattern repeat, which requires 2 colors. And this is our last pattern repeat. After this, we have 7 rows of color, like this, stripes. Our last pattern repeat. Let's roll and see what we get. Okay, we got 3 pink. And we got 4 orange. All right, so pink and orange. I guess we'll see how that looks when I do it. Now, you may be wondering, Killian, how did you not catch that you made that mistake earlier when you got to the end of the row and your stitch count was off? Well, it's because I be putting in sneaky little increases everywhere. I'm like, oh, stitch count's off? Sneaky little increase. So yeah, it's because when I'm doing my floats, I bring the yarn over every second or third stitch. And so when I'm bringing the yarn over, my brain goes, oh, it's time to switch colors. And it's not. And then I do it and I don't notice. Yeah, I got to the end of the row and I was like, oh, my stitch count is off. That's kind of weird considering I just did this pattern, which is repeats of 5. This is repeats of 5. So unless I lost significant stitches here, which I don't think I did, this should have been a red flag. It really should have been. But I was just like, well, I need 3 more stitches. Let me just add them in here at the end. Count your stitches, pay attention, do as I say, not as I do, or you're gonna have to go back. Anyway. Alright, check that out. Also, I am just now realizing that this pink basically looks like the white. I don't know how I just noticed that. Probably because I have 2 large chunks of pink and white pretty close to each other. And yeah, probably could have used a different color. Maybe like that dark green, if we ever got that. Now we have just 7 rows of color. And then I think that we make straps. And for the straps, it says to change color as often as possible. So we're gonna have to figure out how to do that. Let's roll for our first stripe color. All right, we got 5. Boink. All right, we got 2. This is white. We might run out of this white, honestly. Like I said, I have more skeins of it, so I'll dip in if I need to, but this is probably gonna be the end of our white for this bag. That's okay, because we have pink, which is basically the same color. Okay, there's that, and I actually did have enough white, but that's how much I have left. So actually, I decided, I think I'm only gonna do 1 more stripe. You're supposed to do 7 because the button kind of goes on the striped rows, but I don't really care if it ends up covering some of this pattern. And I just think that this bag is plenty long now, so I'm not gonna do 7 more rows. I'm gonna do 1 more row of stripe, and then we're gonna make the strap, add the button. Does that sound good? Let me know if it doesn't sound good. Let's pick our last color for the bag. What's it gonna be? 4. So that's orange. Okay, so now the more I'm looking at this bag, the more I do like it. I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's funky. I don't really think it's my style personally, but I still would use it. And I think it's a really good size. We'll get more into my final thoughts after I finish the bag and kind of am able to take in all of its glory. Okay, I have put the final row in. I am happy with the size of the bag. So for the strap, I was thinking that I'm gonna do a thermal stitch. I always do thermal stitch for my bag straps. It's sturdy, it doesn't stretch. Honestly, it's just like, and if you're not doing thermal stitch for your bag straps, you should consider it because it is the superior stitch for bag straps. So I'm gonna do thermal stitch. The way it's done is you chain your width and then you work your length. I'm not sure exactly how long I wanna make my bag strap yet. We're gonna play that by ear. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do for the colors is I'm gonna take out this dark green color. We never use this, and I think it would be silly to kind of start using it for the bag strap. I am shocked that we never rolled a 7. Isn't that like a very common number to roll? I think that's wild, but like I said, I think it will be weird to kind of just throw this in randomly into the strap when it's not present in the bag at all. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. That's it. We don't have white anymore and we don't have sage green anymore. So that means we have 9 colors left. I'm gonna rearrange them slightly because there's gapping, so they're gonna get new numbers. I guess I'll still just roll the D12, and if we get 10, 11, 12, I'll just re-roll. And so I'm gonna roll for the color, and then I'm gonna roll for the number of rows I do in that color. That way it's still random whenever I switch, and if I run out of a color, I'll just switch early. So that's my plan, and so let's see what color we're gonna start with. I also have to look up how to do the thermal stitch again because I forgot. So here are our 9 colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see what our first number is. Of course it's a 10. Oops. That was a 4. So we'll start with the blue, and then how many rows are we gonna do? 1. Okay, I guess we're gonna do 1 row of this blue. So I'll be right back while I figure out how to do the thermal stitch. All right, here's what we got. So for the thermal stitch, because it's like a doubled up, you kind of like double up the rows. I did technically do 2 rows, but I'm gonna count 2 rows as 1 row because that's just kind of the nature of the stitch. So anyways, let's roll for our next color. Hopefully we get a little bit more rows this time so I don't have to change color so much. All right, we got 1, maroon. How many rows? 11. All right, you heard the die. Let's do it. Okay, here is what that's looking like. It kind of looks like a waffle. But anyways, let's see what our next color and row count is gonna be. 2. And then let's see how many rows it wants us to do. 6 rows. So yeah, I'm kind of just doubling up the number of rows because thermal stitch is kind of like a half row. So in order to make the same impact, I'm just doubling. So I'm actually doing 12 rows, but it looks like 6. All right, next color. What's it gonna be? Ooh, 1 again. How many rows? No way. The dice has spoken. Boom. Next color. 9, yellow, 4, 10 rows. Okie dokie. All right, our next color will be blue again. for how many rows? 12. Dang. Wow, wow, wow. Here we go. Okay, disregard that there's tails on this side. Clearly I miscounted my rows somewhere because if everything's doubled, it's an even number. So all the tails should be on the same side. So why? I must have miscounted this row. Anyways, let's pick our next color. 7. That's this one. This one's not gonna last that many rows. So let's see. Oops. Oh, 7 rows. All right, let's see if this can last 7 rows. I highly doubt that, but I'm not good at knowing these things. Well, we were on the last row. We literally have 3 stitches left, but this is not going to be enough to successfully win Yarn Chicken, so I'm just gonna pull it back to the last completed row and move on. But we did successfully finish another ball of scrap yarn, so that is a win. Light blue is terminated. All right, let's see what our next color is gonna be. 8 purple for 10 rows. Wow, these are heavy hitters. These are big color chunks. A lot more rows than I expected. The dice really want me to go through my yarn, I guess, which is good. There we go. This yarn is quite a bit thicker than the other yarns. You can see it kind of bulging out there. Well, all right. 5, this, which is probably not going to last us super long. But let's see how long it wants us to go for. Oh, 11. I don't think that's going to happen, so we'll just keep using it until it runs out. We'll try to go for 11, but I really highly doubt that's going to happen, so we'll see. We'll see. Do you have high hopes? I do not have high hopes. Okay, we were actually only short by a row, which is kind of wild. This looks kind of, I don't know how I feel about it. It's the first time I'm like, dice, are you sure? Are you sure? But honestly, it's probably my color selection, but these big color blocks are kind of wild. I was expecting a lot more like stripey, but we have a long ways to go still because that's not really a good strap. So anyways, let's roll for the next color. We are officially down to 7 colors left. Let's see. 7. Purple again. How many rows? Oh my gosh, only 2. Well, that's a change of pace. All right, let's roll for the next color. Right, Gordon? 1, 4, 6 rows. Wow, it's getting late. You can tell the sun is starting to go down. Here's what that looks like. Let's roll our next color. I don't know how I did that. Wow. This looks so barren. 3. We got orange for 8 rows. There's that. I will say, this does look like a scrap yarn project. So at least it's true to itself. All right, next color. 9, yellow, for how many rows? 6. It's like we had all of the big chunks at the front, and now we're getting skinnier chunks. Chunks is a funny word. I know some people really don't like the word chunks, so I will stop saying chunks. It's a different day if you can't tell, and it's early, so let's just roll. For how many rows? 10. Ta-da! Alright, next color. What is it gonna be? 6. Blue. For how many rows? 6. Make them wait for it. Boom. You know the drill. We are really dwindling down on colors. I probably should just be rolling a d6, but meh. Okay, what color is it gonna be? 3. We got orange again. How many rows? 9. Sorry, I feel like I'm not talking as much right now because I'm just trying to get through this strap, honestly. And it's pretty early. It is 6:30 10:30 in the morning, and I need to leave for work pretty soon. I'm just trying to get some rows in before work because this bag has taken me. I know I said, oh, we can't rush it. That's like not the point of crochet, but this bag has taken me quite some time. I don't know if I really think about it, it hasn't taken me that long, I suppose. I think it would be really hard to calculate exactly how long it's taken me, so sorry. I don't even know if I could give you a rough estimate because I don't honestly even remember when I started this, so I think I've been working on this now for a couple weeks. All right, quick outfit change. I'm about to head out for work, but boom, I just want to get one more roll in quick. Also, if you've noticed these colors getting like rearranged at all, I'm not sure if they are. I'm trying to keep it consistent. Let's see. Whoa, you see that? All right, we got 6. It's blue again. And for how many rows? Okay, only 4. Nice. I might be able to get this done real quick. Only 4 rows. All right, one more. 2. Boink. How many rows? 9. All right, I'll be back. Woo! We are definitely getting somewhere with the length of this. Probably do, I don't know, 10 more inches. Anyways, let's see what our next color is gonna be. Okie dokie. 9. Yellow. Not that much left of this. How many rows? 7. Booyah. All right. 3 again. Orange, very limited on that. How many rows? And we got 5, which I don't know if we're gonna be able to get all of that. We're kind of just probably have to go. We're probably going to have to just go until we run out of the orange, because I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to make 5 rows with it. We'll see. I'll let you know. Can you tell the sun's coming up now? It only made 4 rows before I ran out, so a success in my book, considering the whole point is that we're trying to bust some stash, you know? All right, I did rearrange our yarn a little bit, considering we are dwindled down to only 6 colors now. Barely. We're hanging on by a thread. But I did go ahead and grab my handy dandy D6, so we'll roll that for color, but I will still roll the D12 for the number of rows that we do to keep it consistent. So anyways, what's our next color? 1 for how many rows? 7. We're so close to being done, and this bag definitely took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It's not that I'm trying to rush through the process. I'm still taking my time with the actual crocheting part, but making the video takes me a lot longer than it would if I just sat down to crochet it. So I do think that that has kind of slowed me down a little bit. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that I thought I would be done with this at this point. And I'm not. I think it's been 3 weeks since I started this. I love this color combo. The yellow, the orange, and the maroon. I'll be back. What color? 4. Blue. How many rows? 4. Love that. Color. Ooh, maroon again. How many rows? Whoa, that one went rogue. It's 3. Roll time. Color. 5. Perp. How many rows? Ooh, 3 again. I have so many ends to weave in. Look at how much thicker this yarn is compared to, I don't know if you can really tell it. Yeah, you can. Look at it. It bulges out so much. Anyways, all right, what color? 3. This is our blue. It's dwindled. How many rows? Oof. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. I don't know about that one. I don't think we got 10 rows in us. All right, we got 6 rows before we ran out, so that's not too bad, not too bad. All right, our next color is gonna be, 6. I don't know about that one. I don't think that's gonna work. But look at that. We just got through 2 scrap balls. All right, we barely got 3 rows. This is our tail. It's pushing it, but I think it'll be okay. It's just gonna be a little finagly. Some might be annoyed that that's the tail I'm giving myself to weave in, but it doesn't affect you. It's okay. I'm gonna roll, obviously. All right, next color. Ooh, 2. How many rows? Oh. Whoa, Oh, we got the big mama. Well, that'll keep me entertained for a little bit. This feels like actually it might be a good length. This might be our last color we do. So we'll do this light pink for 12 rows, which is probably gonna be like that much. Last color block, that's kind of exciting. We do have like piddly amounts of the blue and the purple left. Just the purple, and here's the blue. So I might use those during my assembly process. All right, here's the finished strap. It's not very satisfying because the ends aren't woven in, so my apologies. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I'm not too mad about it. I mean, it goes with the bag. Obviously, it's the same colors, but I'm not gonna lie. Halfway through, I was kind of thinking, like, I should just get a leather strap. It'll look nicer, but that's not the point of this. We're trying to use up yarn. And also at that point, I was halfway through and I didn't want to waste yarn. And I don't think it looks bad. It's not together yet, so that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm going to assemble it, weave in my ends, reinforce the strap, add a button. I'll be back with the finished bag and my final thoughts. Alright y'all, here's the finished bag. What do you think? I think it is very interesting. I think it's cool. I think it is definitely a statement piece where people would stop you and ask you about it. I'm not sure it's my style. I think it's really cool. I'm not sure I personally would get a lot of wear out of it. So I really hope my mom likes it, and if not, then I will, I don't know, maybe I'll try to sell it or maybe I'll give it away. But yeah, this is how the strap came out. I think the strap looks cool. I definitely question whether or not I should have used a leather strap and used D-rings to attach it. I think it could have maybe elevated a little bit more. That being said, I do think the strap looks cool. Like, I like how it came out with the color blocking and the randomness. I went ahead and reinforced the strap with the maroon because I had a decent amount of it left and I liked that it was like a dark color. So I just did single crochet around the whole lining and strap on both sides, and then I created this little button band, which is not the same button band that's recommended in the pattern. What I did was I just chained 10 and then single crocheted 2 rows, and then on my 3rd row I skipped 3 where I wanted the button to be and then did 2 or 3 more rows to even it out on the other side. And then I attached the button. This is just a random button I had in my collection, so I think it looks cute with this style. I think in the pattern she has you just crocheting a chain for a loop. Yeah, if it's a decent amount, I could probably fit 3 or 4 skeins of yarn in here. So I hope it's a good size for my mom. I do really want to line the bag. I think it could definitely benefit from being lined. Here's what the inside looks like. It could definitely look better, but it definitely could look worse too. I don't think it looks horrible, but yeah, I think it would definitely benefit from being lined. Overall, I think this was really fun. I think it turned out really cute, and I really love doing like the scrap yarn challenges because they kind of, I don't know, they make me use color combinations that I would never really think to use, and that's what's really fun about having the dice kind of pick the colors that I'm gonna use. I love doing that. I definitely want to do more roll for scrap in the future, so stay tuned for that. I have some ideas, but as I kind of mentioned, these do take me a little bit, so bear with me. I'm not gonna have one every single video, even every other video. I know I just released my scrunchie bag 2 videos ago, but it's not always the most realistic. But I do think it was a mega success because we started out with the 12 balls minus this dark green. We only are left with 4 balls. That means we use 7 balls of yarn. 8 because I did use 2 of the yellow. I think that is definitely a success. Definitely let me know what you think about this bag. Let me know if you think that this strap could have been better if it was just like a store-bought leather strap. I promise I won't be offended if you think it looks terrible and you would never be caught dead using this bag. It's okay, it's okay. But hopefully the video was entertaining. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video and it wasn't a waste of your time. Maybe it was a waste of your time and you're okay with that though. Would you ever make a bag like this? I do think it was a lot of fun to do tapestry work in the round. I've never done that before. I would love to do more of that. But yeah, let me know if there's any changes you would have made or if there's like certain parts where you would have done them a little differently. I would be so curious to know. And let me know if you have any ideas for future scrap yarn projects. I have some. in my noggin. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you were working on while you were watching this video. If you want, you can follow me on all my other socials. It's at Viney_maple, which is the same way it's spelled here. I will see you over there, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!